All right. All right, guys. Tell us, St. Martin Festival is coming up. How are preparations going? Let's start off with the introduction. So,
I go first.
start.
Well, my name is Julian, Julian Prince. I am the founder of the festival. I fell in love with St. Martin in 2004. My parents moved here. My father is half French. He was a little tired of Montreal and the cold. So they moved to St. Martin and started coming here for Christmas and then staying longer for winters and then ultimately adopted the island as a second home. And originally spearheaded the project of the SXM festival. And brought in a couple of extraordinary gentlemen and gentlewomen to be part of this wonderful and amazing adventure. And Joel is one of them.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be invited to be part of the team. My background's in music festivals and nightclubs in Toronto. And Julian brought me down here about maybe a year and a half ago. I fell in love with the island, the culture, the possibilities that were available here. You know, it was a pretty quick yes to get involved and get on board. And you know, we sit here now. I guess we're about 6 months out from year two. It's coming together quickly. There's a lot of work to be done, but you know, I feel like we're in a good spot to make 2017 in March a really special year and build off of what we did last year.
No, this thing is fresh. I mean, this year I was able to experience some of the parties, and it's without even knowing you guys, so I got first-hand experience, and it's pretty cool. But I'm sure you've gotten more rave responses from all over the world, from all those persons that came to visit, and of course the local persons here. What kind of response you bring in from them?
I think that first of all, the DNA of the event has been created to bring a lot of people to the island. It is kind of made to be promoting the island of St. Martin and to bring a new demographic of customers that have never been exposed or didn't know about it. So I mean, we sold tickets as far as Tokyo and Sydney in Australia. So I guess that because of that, we spend a lot of time, you know, pulling people out. Last year we did around 2,500 people, which was like 95% from you know, the United States and Europe and everywhere in the world. Now we're really hoping that to get more local support and to get everyone. It's a manifestation of love, and we love music, and you know, we know, and everyone knows that there's one thing that brings everyone together is music.
Now the setup. Give us a rundown of the setup of the party itself. I mean, there's main events and then there's these private, exclusive events. So
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, the focus is the main events, of course, but there's a few little special treats for the VIPs, the people that want to spend a little more and have a private experience. But the daytime event is the main event, and it'll go from noon till about midnight, and you know, it will be the only event during the day. So the idea is to bring everybody together during the day, create kind of a nice intimate vibe. People can get to know each other. People from all around the world kind of coming together because they're fans of that artist or this music, and coming together for the festival. And then at night, you know, all these people disperse. They go to hit the different nightclubs that are already here on the island, and kind of
get to live the island, and that's what we've been doing from start. We've been curating the experience to have people go around the island, and we promote the fact that people should explore the culture and explore the island and you know, check it out. So
yeah, and as you mentioned, there are, you know, some VIP packages that are available. So we, you know, whether it's last year we had an exclusive party at Lottery Farm, fantastic venue. It went over really well, beautiful venue. It was about 500 people out of the festival. This year we might expand the VIP to about 1,000 people. Where that's going to be held hasn't been announced yet, but we're scouting out some really beautiful locations on the island to give that experience.
House music. I mean,
Yeah.
this on St. Martin, it's like you know, it's like mind-boggling when they think about house music. But now you guys are bringing it to the forefront, and you could see there's actually a crowd for it.
well, you know, what's mostly mind blowing, and this is how I kind of sold it to the guys. Every restaurant you go, basically everywhere they play it, but somehow it's not really in a club.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it is a little bit, they have a little couple house nights, you know, Sky Beach does something, the guys at Dirty Sanchez do a night. I know there's a couple local things that are happening, but I mean, right now there's 2016 leading on to 17, we're still we're still new to do this, but there is what we call a techno tourist.
Yeah.
People who will travel for music.
All
And
over.
especially for that kind of music, and that demographic is really nice because there are people that can afford a couple trips that cost around $3,000-4,000 a year each per person. So it brings in typically 25 to 45 age range, and with good disposable income. I guess when you're in the tourist industry, it's exactly what you want to tap into. This is what you want as a clientele. So we're just happy that the project kind of nails everything. In the right way, you know, it's a good concept for the island. It's a good concept for the clientele that you know that we ultimately all want to have on our island. So that's what's the most.
And I think that this, you know, the music it's probably a little bit new and we're breaking into the island, but it's growing around the world everywhere. And you know, I think it's great we're introducing the island to the fans of dance music around the world, and bringing a little bit of you know, the electronic music to the island. So it goes both ways. We're trying to bring people together, and you know, ultimately, you know, we're music people. We're bringing music people to the island, and there's, you know, the culture's already here. We're just kind of adding one extra piece to it.
And when you think about it, you know, France is the Republic of house music.
Yeah.
Cassius, huge. Daft Punk, find me a bigger artist than Daft Punk in electronic music. And then find me a bigger artist on the Dutch side, on the Dutch, a bigger artist than the Dutch Tiesto. It's the biggest DJ in the world. So those are already nations that are known for electronic music. This is nothing new, you know. And of course here locally this was more the reggae vibes and everything. But in electronic music, when you make a track and you take the vocals out, you know how we call it? A dub.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of dub music also in house music. So what really does house music is speed up things a little bit, put it in a 4/4 for people who know what rhythm is, which I assume a lot do.
Yeah.
You know, 4 to the floor, that format, it's all putting that. But you have influent music from everywhere in the world put into that format. This is house music. So that's why it's been catching up to a lot of everywhere in the world. And also, right now what's huge is they call it Afro house.
Afro house, yeah.
So that's gonna blow up too. So anyways, it's great. It's good.
What about international interest? I'm sure that they heard of it. The artists, the big DJs.
Yeah.
How are they perceiving this little dot of an island?
You know, it's interesting. We had the press and the feedback from last year was fantastic. The pictures were great, and you know, I'm a part of the booking team and booking the artists this year, and a lot of them are coming to us. They saw the pictures, they read the reviews. They're like, how can we be a part of it next year? And so we've got, you know, DJs from the Ukraine. We got DJ from South Africa coming.
Wow.
It's very international lineup.
Romanian DJs.
Romania, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Germany, it's you know,
Sweden.
Canada, the States as well. But it's you know, house music's a real international language, and it's just, you know, I think that. What was created last year was just the beginning of something special that will go and grow for years to come, and we're really hoping that that the island will embrace what we're bringing, because I think it's music. It's not the principles of house music, as people, like, we've been doing this for quite a while, but the original principles of doing these parties is, they call it peace, love, unity, respect, and that was, you know, that's the foundation of the events that we do, and it's about bringing people together, but it's about respecting yourself and those around you, and having a great time, you know, and having a party. That's what we're trying to do.
It's a big party, and it's a lot of words to say. It's a big party.
Yeah, but you know, it's partying the right way and bringing the right vibes together from the beginning, and it's the house community to really embrace that around the world, and you know, I'm hoping that we can expose some of that to the island.
And also, you know, the fact that St. Martin is a smaller island and it's exclusive. We couldn't do it without the airport. That's the one thing, because it needs to be accessible and people need to get here. So this is one. But most important than all, that character of exclusivity that people are looking for nowadays. There's been so many huge festivals, and I'll say names that most auditors I'm sure know about, which is Tomorrowland, and Coachella, and all those huge festivals in actually a lot back in motherland in Dutchland. But people now, like the elite of those parties, don't like the big volume. They want to be in a more sexy, in a more personal and intimate vibe. And I guess this festival is a response to all the huge ones that have been taking too much commercial power, and that has denatured the true meaning of a gathering of people through
So
music.
basically bringing it back to the people.
Bringing it
Yeah.
back. Yeah, absolutely.
The island's the perfect backdrop for it. It's small enough that it has that exclusive feeling, and it's beautiful, and it's not overly developed, and it's not big cities everywhere, but it's big enough with an international airport that we can make it a successful event.
Without the airport, we could have not made it. Princess Juliana,
All right.
you're awesome.
Any final words for those, especially those neighboring islands?
Well, guys, I mean, it's a big plan to make this festival. I mean, St. Martin, Anguilla, St. Bart's, and Seba are all amazing places that are, paradise that people should go and see and explore. And there's a lot of boats here and a lot of sailboats. So, I mean, right now we focus on St. Martin, and we want to activate the island as much as we can with the festival. But, as it grows, I think it just makes much sense to add events on other islands and have people go by boat. We were actually approached by this awesome company that do Yacht Week, which is an exclusive yacht company, but they do like cruise of 10, 15 people, and then they party, and so there's like 35 boats, and they all connect, and they wear they do it in Croatia, but their mother company with the boats are in St. Martin, so they reached out and they wanted to be part. Like, guys, we need to take this one step at a time. That's the most important thing. First, we learn how to do it here well, because there's a lot of adversities for us to work here. There were a lot of stuff that's not around that we have to bring with us, technically. And anyways, all I'm saying is, like, be patient. As soon as it grows the right way, it'll get. I think it's totally in our plans. This is a 10 to 20 year plan, and hopefully, as fast as it grows and as fast as everybody the community participates in it. I'm talking for anyone that, a taxi driver that greets the people is the first point of contact. Your job is really important to make people feel special. To anybody that really comes to the island any time of the year that fits the profile of a young person that presents itself well, try to, go into the grocery store. You work at the grocery, tell them, have you guys heard about the festival? It's in March, it's going to be great. And when everybody comes together and supports an event, I think it's the way things are going to actually transcend to a very, very popular event.
Thank you, guys.